didn't join just because it's really cool technology. There's a personal side to this. We've all worked for companies that forgot the voice of the customer. Every one of us, and you've seen it countless times, where you start to believe your own marketing bullshit. And you start to believe what the analysts or the media may say about you. And the real danger in that, and the thing that we keep our antennae up for is, we know what's best for the customer. We're going to tell them what they're going to do. They don't know anything. Now, we have strong feelings, and we share those feelings, obviously, because we're looking on behalf of the marketplace at large. But that cultural aspect of being constantly respectful for the customer, I think is going to continue to serve us well. At the end of the day, the discussion typically is, well, what will such and such think of this as he's trying to get the product out in his factory in Guadalajara? Or how is this going to help her deal with some issues right now she has with data management in Paris? So that it becomes very, very personal. So I think you have to do both. Okay? Next question.
What is the future of your relationship with mold flow?
The future of our relationship with mold flow. We don't have a relationship with mold flow. As you know, they were acquired. We had about 30 resellers that were selling mold flow. I talked to most of them when this all happened earlier this year. And every one of them said that they really had become opportunistic sales, that they were no longer investing in the product and the business. And that kind of was a signal to me that we need to pay attention to the next generation of mold analysis technologies. It's triggered, I think, just a fascinating exercise, not inside of SolidWorks, but inside of Dassault Systems, why all of the entities have gone out and assessed really world-class, next-generation ways of doing mold analysis and simulation. So you're going to see, sometime in the future, a very, very good answer. And it's going to be an answer that serves the unique needs of our customers, as well as the unique needs of large enterprises. It's going to be much more refined, and I think it's going to be, again, more respectful of the kinds of needs that our respective customers are facing. I don't know if you want to add to that.
Well, it's good to have scientists at Similia. We've been thinking about this topic for a few years, and we're only now asking for someone like Jeff and his team to say, I can sell it. So there are a lot of good ideas about how to transform this old techniques with next generation.
Absolutely. The Similia team has been a lot of, they've led the effort in this assessment. And, we get excited about what we do with FEA. They're simulating the impact of a crash on human organs. I mean, they're doing simulations we can't even imagine. So to be able to tap into that kind of talent is going to serve us very, very well. We will have a great product.
Okay, Mark. The two things you said struck me as really strong for SolidWorks. One is the tradition of transparency, and the other is a focus on getting the product out of the way. I think there's been a lot of talk about how the Dassault branding is going to influence SolidWorks. Bernard, I'd like to ask you the other way around. What does bringing SolidWorks closer in bring to Dassault as a family? What do you hope to learn and get from the SolidWorks side of the tradition?
Well, I think one of the things that has been very critical for what I refer to the fundamental transformation in the last 2 years about the way we sell, the way we reach customers, the way we serve customers. I think the distribution discipline, the way it's done with the SolidWorks professional channel has been an amazing learning curve for Etienne Droit, Etienne with his team to set up the global PLM channel. A lot of ideas have been reused, and Jeff has been really sharing a lot of ideas with Etienne and his team around the world to make now what is becoming affordable as PLM solutions to make it work for Dassault Systems, and Dassault Systems taking over that channel. That is one illustration. There is much more the community concept. The reason why I insisted on the communities is I believe communities will be key everywhere, in every type of activities. SolidWorks is a community. It's a very powerful community. It's more than companies making decisions. The question about how the end user influence is this is a community spirit. And I think in the future, companies making decisions for large companies will be highly influenced by their end user communities. So the community concept is something that needs to grow across the brands. And so that's the second key element that comes to my mind. The third one is, I think it's very important for everyone at a group level to understand that there is no one-fits-all kind of approach. You have to know your market, you have to know the customers you want to serve, and you have to be very cautious about doing a balance between technology, products, the experience, and the way you establish that dialogue. And I think that's true for all the brands we have. Many people think that Dassault Systems, the brands is a collection of products. Katia is a brand. It's a very powerful brand too. Delvia is digital manufacturing. Simulia, when you meet with Simulia communities, those guys are scientists. They are scientists. They are not at all the same profile of people that you will meet with the SolidWorks World community or with even the enterprise PLM infrastructure for Innovia. So this recognition is, I think, key to understand that Dassault Systems is not going to be Dassault Systems with one collection of Dassault Systems products. It's oriented toward powerful brand where end user can be associate themselves to what they use.
Okay, one more question. Do I have to turn this on? Being a journalist, it's crucial to know whether you have any kind of number that you can give your customer that would put SolidWorks or your products ahead of competitors, because being in this kind of hallelujah meeting, it's all about emotions. But your customer, they really focused on bottom line profit.
Is the question about, are we doing this and still making money?
No, how can your customer benefit from this? It's all about emotions, right? If you're going towards this religion or the other one, but the customer is not so focused on religion, it's more about figures.
I understand. Well, from the day we started, I think it was an exciting part of the early dialogue that Bernard had with John. We've always had a principle that if it cannot generate a profit, we're not going to do it. And it's not because we just are greedy business people. It's because the ultimate vote of confidence is whether or not what you're doing is generating profit. Profit is nothing but the instantiation of a value that the customer places in what you do, product or service. So the beauty of profits is it cuts through all the BS and all the noise and all the storytelling and anecdotes. So absolutely, every aspect of what we do, we assess about the core profitability. And we spend a lot of time inside the extended DS enterprise sharing our ideas on how we can improve profits. And profits are not just from cost cutting, profits are coming up with fantastic new products and new ways to get those products to market to see that value. And that's how we do it.
This is a short anecdote, there are visible value to customers and there are invisible value. Let me give you an example of invisible value. When a customer who likes a product discovers that the company is going to disappear, it's a big shock.